Hi folks, my name is Nate Webster. I'm the chair of the Haverhill Cultural Council, and I'd like to welcome you here to the Multicultural Festival Haverhill 2021 Preview Night. Tonight we're going to be exploring cultures from all around this great city. We're going to be exploring music, dancing, interviews, cooking segments, and more. So sit back and relax. Welcome to the 2021 Multicultural Festival Haverhill Preview Night.
Haverhill is a gloriously eclectic mix of modern freshness and old world charm. Our city is home to many amazing and diverse cultures. As we become more exposed to different nationalities and customs, we're realizing that people of different cultures, they're really so much alike. Multicultural connections are needed to create coexistence and a shared interest to build a stronger community. Together, generating unity and exclusivity, the Haverhill Cultural Council is presenting the Multicultural Festival virtually during the month of September 2021. This is a celebration of life and its different experiences and expressions. It is the first of what we hope will be an annual event and another incredible opportunity to experience Haverhill all at its best.
We want to acknowledge that Haverhill is located on the traditional lands of the Pennacook, Pentucket, Pawtucket, Abenaki, and Wabanaki Confederacy. These tribal nations who inhabited this territory for thousands of years have lasting connections to and stewardship of the unceded lands and waterways. These nations were also among the earliest inhabitants that the English invaders first encountered. Since the invasion, Indigenous peoples have endured a painful history of genocide, colonization, and historical misinformation. But they survive and flourish today, as is evident by their descendants.
Hello Haverhill, my name is Veronica Robles and I'm in company of Bengisu Gokse and Nicole Edgecombe. We are Boston's first ever all-women mariachi band. Happy to be here performing for you for the Multicultural Festival of Haverhill. Thanks to Haverhill Cultural Council. And our first song is called El Herradero and I hope you enjoy it. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Qué re chula es la fiesta.
Elizabeth Silva. I'm one of the owners here at Café El Camino in Plaistow, New Hampshire. We specialize in authentic Puerto Rican food. We have brought recipes from the island that have been passed on by our grandmothers, aunts, uncles, and we have perfected those recipes to be able to bring the Puerto Rican authenticity of the food to the people here in southern New Hampshire and northern Massachusetts.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Alvarado. I'm going to be preparing beef empanadas. I'm a part owner of Café El Camino and I'm here for the Multicultural Festival. So what we have here is everything you would need for the traditional beef empanada, from spices to garlic to peppers, onions, and of course the meat. And you gotta have the cheese at the end. So what we're gonna start with is ground beef. We're gonna move it over here to this pan. In the pan, I've already started caramelizing some onions. So we just throw this beef in there. Turn some heat on. You're gonna mix this together nicely with your caramelized onions. Make sure all the beef chunks are broken up so that it can cook evenly. Put it on medium to low heat. Alright, while that's going. This is pre-chopped green bell pepper. Good. You gotta make sure your empanadas look beautiful with all the colors. This is red bell pepper. And this is garlic, about 4 cloves. So this ends up being like the taco meat at the end. It's almost done. Here is our house blend of Spanish mixes. Basically, it's a mix of adobos, saffrons, peppers, garlic, granulated garlic, and onion powder. And you just want to season this very well because there's a lot of juice from the meat. It's going to end up getting rinsed off when you drain. So just make sure it's seasoned well. If you could smell this already, you can tell that it's starting to get prepared. This is called your tiscos. They're yeast dough, they're vegan, they're wonderful. So what I do is I start with a good amount of mild cheddar cheese. Put it down right in the center. Gotta make them cheesy. Everybody loves cheese. Get a very nice even scoop. Typically you would drain this prior for time's sake. Put this right in the center. You gotta make them filled. This is kind of the artwork. You want to pinch it. All the way around. Start in this corner and you roll it. empanada. Hand-rolled empanadas. Go to a fryer. Put them in here because they like to yeast up a little bit, fluff up. And drop them into the fryer. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes for this until they're golden brown. As you saw, the meat is already cooked, so you're literally just cooking the dough on the outside. So actually I started making these probably 15 years ago at my house during football parties. Every Sunday my friends and family would come over and empanadas and beer, of course, for football. So it started as a family tradition. Every Sunday everybody would come over. You could fit only 10 of these in a pan, and I would have 5 people out there. Before those 10 were out, they were looking at me for more. I would never see it. So it ended up being our famous empanadas. These are actually just to perfection. And they are done. It's like a nice, fluffy, tasty, stuffed meat pocket, aka the empanada, beef empanada. And thank you for your time.
la banda, eccomi si suona, alla banda.
Hello everyone, I'm Kristen from Carbone's Kitchen, representing Italy for the Multicultural Festival. We're going to be demonstrating here a variation on a classic caprese salad with romaine, fresh Roma tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella wrapped in prosciutto with our own nut-free pesto. This here is the raw version before we sear it to crisp up the edges and kind of soften the mozzarella. We'll do a demo on that, and we'll also be showing how to make our very simple pesto that's all about fresh ingredients. We have Parmigiano Reggiano, fresh garlic, fresh basil, extra virgin olive oil, and a little salt and pepper, and that's all it's going to take. So I'll go ahead and show you this first. And all of this stuff can be sourced right here at Market Basket in Haverhill. We have a mozzarella. It's important to have the fresh mozzarella because it will hold its integrity, but it will also get nice and soft once it gets heated, and it has a beautiful, delicate flavor. You want to make sure that it's completely encased in our prosciutto di Parma, also available right here at Market Basket in Haverhill. So I like to kind of roll the edge in a little bit to fit the piece of the mozzarella, right like this. And that's going to be one layer there like that. And then what we're looking for in our pieces of prosciutto are longevity. Like, see how this one, it's still beautiful, still delicious, but it's not going to work to wrap our corners here. So what we'll do, we'll take this nice long piece here, and where our seam is here, this time the seam will be on the other side. So we'll wrap that there. Wrap that there, and beautiful. Now we have this nice, beautiful little prosciutto present. And we'll do one more. Again, this is the mozzarella ball. It was a larger size. This is called Ovellini. It comes about like that, which is a little bit on the large size for one person, so we just split it in half like that. We'll pat off a little bit of the excess water. And now we'll start picking out our pieces of prosciutto. And if it doesn't have that long, beautiful, continuous piece like we were talking about, you can just kind of make your own. And that looks like what we're going to have to do here. So put those together nice and long. Put this guy right in the middle. And because the fatty piece is going to stick a little bit better, we'll start with the thicker piece going over. And we can just kind of roll that in like that. And then that fat is just going to kind of stick to itself and seal it and make it nice and beautifully closed. Well, it's good to be able to show you how to piecemeal it together because prosciutto is never perfect. When it's sliced so thin, it's hard to keep it together in big, uniform, perfect slices, which is okay. Got a little bit more exposed there, and that is just fine. A little bit's okay. And then as with everything, take that off. Do a little bit of salt and pepper on there, so when it crisps up, we have a little bit more flavor than we had before. And now to go with our beautiful prosciutto wrapped fresh mozzarella that's going to go on top of our salad, we're going to need pesto, right? Right. So we'll start with our fresh Genovese basil. This is just a regular food processor. It's not restaurant grade or anything else, so just probably like the one you have at home. Mostly leaves, a couple of small stems are okay. It's all going to get broken up anyway. It's about 2 cups. And here we have some chopped fresh garlic. This is about 3 cloves, so about 1.5 tablespoons. I like mine on the garlicky side, so I'm not shy. Now this is just some grated Parmigiano Reggiano. This also is going to go right into the pool here. And this was about half a cup. We can always add, but we can't take away, so we'll stop there for the time being. All right. Extra virgin imported Italian olive oil, also available at Market Basket. And fun fact, Market Basket brand olive oil, the Greek oil, really good. All right, so now this is just going to go on low. A little bit of water. All right, we have a little bit more olive oil as it's turning. This is going to emulsify it a little bit when you add it when it's mixing. All right, this looks beautiful. Let's take a peek though. Let's scrape down our sides. As you can see, all that basil, it works down to, it shrinks a lot once you get it all blended. That looks beautiful, right where it should be. Pulse that a little bit more.
And is this considered more of a side dish or an actual?
So it would depend on how many of these guys that you have. Typically, I would serve this with 2, so that will make a beautiful appetizer salad to share, or you could even have it for dinner. So now what we did, this is the our fresh romaine, our little mozzarella prosciutto present packet. And then once the pesto has already started to turn brown, as you can see, we don't use any preservatives or anything like that to keep the color bright. So once the air gets added, it will get a little bit darker. So now we top it like this. You can even mix this with a little bit more olive oil, so you have like a pesto dressing. You can toss your lettuce with that. And then all we would do is sear this in the nice hot pan, both sides, crisp it up, and serve it right on top. All right, now in the kitchen we're gonna sear our mozzarella wrapped with prosciutto di Parma. Prosciutto di Parma is different from American, usually what you see is Corando prosciutto. These pigs were actually raised and processed and aged in Italy, and it makes a difference with the tenderness of the meat, the texture of the meat, the flavor of the meat. Makes all the difference in the world. Here I'm using our extra virgin olive oil, which comes from the first press of olives. It has that beautiful dark color and lots of flavor. It has a lower smoking point, so we do want to have our pan hot but not screaming hot, as we don't want the oil to smoke. It's going to smoke out around 350. So once we get that hot, you never want to put things into the cold pan because it's just going to absorb all of your oil. Once you get the hot pan is when you get that sear, and it's going to make that barrier and that crisp. All right, so we have our little bit of salt and pepper, our little tester piece of prosciutto there, making some noise. All right, and we're ready to hit the pan. Move them around a little bit, and we will see a little bit of the mozzarella here, and so there is going to be a little bit of liquid that leaks out, and that's completely fine. We just won't plate with that. So when they come out, they're going to go right in this basket here. Just give them a minute or so. And growing up, I was lucky enough to cook all Italian all the time at home, to the point where my grandparents really didn't like much else. My mother was a wonderful cook, and my grandmother was a wonderful cook, and my grandfather actually couldn't cook anything. He could make sausages, but if he was left to actually cook the sausages that he made, he probably would have starved to death, because that was not his thing at all. So a little bit of that mozzarella starting to leak out, which once that happens, that means the mozzarella is actually getting hot, and so it's starting to move. Oh, beautiful. All right, now we can go add to our salad. And so now what we would start with, if we were starting fresh at the beginning, would have our mound of romaine or if you were like, our last generation of Italians that really like the bitter greens, we would maybe have some arugula or some endive even would be quite nice. And if you're plating for a group, just picture this a little bit bigger, a few more tomatoes, and then we take our mozzarella prosciutto guys. You can mount them right up on top. That's perfect for like a party presentation. And now here, finish it off beautifully with that pesto that we just made. A little dab of that right on top. And there you have it. Carbone's take on a prosciutto caprese salad. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm looking forward to the Multicultural Festival here in Haverhill in September.
Hola Haverhill! Hello! My name is Veronica Robles and I am in company of Bengisu and Nicole Edgecombe. We are Boston's first ever all-women mariachi band. Happy to be here in this lovely evening performing for you at Haverhill Multicultural Festival, sponsored by Haverhill Cultural Council. I hope you enjoyed this song, and I'm also hoping that you can sing along. Canta, canta, canta. Can you repeat? Canta, canta, canta. One more time. Canta, canta, canta. And then the next part it says, Palomita Blanca, Palomita Blanca. And then we put it together. Canta, 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 palomita blanca. You got it? One more time. Now put your hands together. Canta, 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 palomita blanca. Okay? One more time. Canta, 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 palomita blanca. I know you're home, but it doesn't take away of having the same fun as if we were in person. Hopefully next year we will see you in person. So let's do it, girls. Are we ready?
We're going to do a song by Huddy Ledbetter, our version of in the Pines, which is also on our album, Sweet Tootling with Sidewalk and Steel Queen. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines. I shiver when the cold winds blow. The longest train I ever saw went down that Georgia line. The engine went by at 6 o'clock and the cab went by at 9. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines. I shiver when the cold wind blows. My daddy was a railroad man, lived a mile and a half from here. His hair was found in a driving wheel, and his body has never been found. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines. I shiver when the cold wind blows. As a cabin for time of day, said he rode his one-way way. And on his steel rail and a short cross tie, all on my way back home. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines. I shiver when the cold wind blows. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines. I shiver when the cold wind blows.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into the Multicultural Festival of 2021. This is truly a celebration of many cultures that represent the spectacular residents of Haverhill, Massachusetts. It is the first of what we hope will turn into an annual event where we can continue to experience Haverhill and all of its wonderful cultures that it represents. Until next year. This event is funded in part by the Haverhill Cultural Council, which is a local agency funded by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, a state agency. Are you looking to join the Haverhill Cultural Council? It's open to any resident of the city of Haverhill over 18 that would like to be more involved within the community. Email us at haverhill.grants@gmail.com and we can provide you with more information on how to join.